from one signing with AEW, and also there's this like little hiring freeze thing going on still. So or maybe I don't know. So
Who
like
knows?
there's reports that Kairi was set to return to WWE. Of course, she left in 2020, returned to Stardom as a freelancer in 2022. Never really committed to the promotion. Worked her own kind of freelance, dates in and out. And I heard, a lot of like, we were kind of tracking it throughout the time. Was she still able to hang? She had plenty of great matches,
Yeah.
in a, this past year. And, I can't say I'm thrilled about her possibly going back to WWE or anything, but I think she is a person that kind of does represent the past of Stardom a little bit. And I did have questions about her, like her current fit in Stardom. She is a freelancer, never really like committed, so it never really got that far as to like, hey, we have to shuffle people out the way or anything. She just seemed like a luxury that popped in. Oh, it's nice to
Yeah.
see her. This is our aunt that used to be here, but she came back in town or whatever, so she's gonna help us out with a couple of these barbecues and stuff like that. But she's not like somebody who lives here. Zekamaki does make a good point. But I mean, I don't know who was supposed to pin her, unless it was Mayu Watani or and
Well, to be fair, the pin that she took for Mercedes in New Japan was supposed to be Mayu, but Mayu had a contract dispute, so it's like the whole thing that like she didn't do any jobs is like, well, if she didn't do any jobs in Stardom proper, is like, well, that's not necessarily her doing. That was because of someone else's like business savvy, not hers.
yeah, she had I believe she works Saya Kamatani, Utami. She does have
Both draws, both time limit draws. Oh
draws.
no, what was it a double count out? No, it was a time limit draw with Utami. I was there for that because it was a non-title match, so it went like 15 minutes.
They did have that match at Wrestle Kingdom where she won in 5 minutes against Tam,
Yep.
and presumably that's not coming back anytime.
Yep.
But sad to see her retire again. Like she how old is Kairi now?
Ooh, okay. So she's 30, she's 35.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
Um
born in 88.
30-minute main events, hard hitting action, or come get this good chat for 3 minutes like on SmackDown. It's
I mean,
I gotta say I understand that,
yeah.
but it's I don't know. It's strange because she left obviously during the pandemic, so that's easily understandable. Like, yeah, I want to go back to my homeland and all that, but to come back here, presumably again, we don't know. And she had a press conference, kind of announcing a hiatus after September. She still has
Yep.
dates that are still out there. It lines up with going to WWE because WWE
Yep.
would never tell you to reveal you're going to WWE. That it does make me wonder if this is a situation where, hey, this person used to work here, so this doesn't affect the hiring freeze or anything. But I don't know. Not really. I don't think it's as big of a loss to Joshi as I think some people are making out to be. And she wants to go retire again. Some people just love the Fed, so that's what it
Yeah.
is.
Look, whatever she wants to do, I'm cool with it. Like it wasn't the match that I exactly wanted. Obviously, I wanted them to have the big title match, whatever else. It went more than 6 fucking minutes or 5 fucking minutes, but
Boy,
whatever. It wasn't in the cards, but you still got the big match, or you still got the match with Utami in Sumo Hall. You still got the Ariake Arena match with Mayu. That was great in that main event. You still have a lot of like awesome or like kick ass match that she had in the time she was in Stardom. So like as far as the fit or whatever else, it was a lot of she felt like like you mentioned, luxury, a lot of supplemental stuff, a lot of like things that she was in that showed like an embarrassment of like riches that they had to access to that level of talent to where it's like, oh, Kairi's like fourth from the top, right? Like the fact that she was in the Yokohama Arena show and she's like she's fifth from the top in a trios match, a trios title match. It's like that's nasty. That's nasty how deep that card is, right? So yeah, like I'm nothing but positive about her coming back, nothing but positive about her tenure. Outside the part where it's like I wish that she had, put one or two more people over or whatever else. Like it would have been cool if she, they actually were able to do the Kamatani rematch and Kamatani got the win over her, or Starlight Kid got the win over her, or Tam got the win over her. But didn't happen. Mayu was supposed to get one over her. Ultimately, they moved that over to Mercedes, and then Mercedes, by transitive logic, like gave that back to Mayu. So it worked out that way. It worked out a lot better than like Goldberg and Brock Lesnar and Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. So happy that she came back. Whenever, depending on however this goes, whatever else, I welcome her back again or whatever else too. So like she can still hang. So for me, happy she came back, happy she was out of WWE. It kind of stinks that she's headed back to WWE. Because it's like, for me personally, not me personally, but like to me, the match should make sense for her now that you have the women's champion is Io Shirai. Like the match is that, but they're not going to do a Japanese versus Japanese woman match, right?
Like exactly. They would have done it with Asuka. Look, we'll get into it in the review, but man, that entire shit is nasty business. That just happened.
Right. Like they put another reign on Bianca so they could do Bianca versus Io as opposed to Asuka versus Io because they don't want to do that match because they don't want two Japanese women like having a match. That's exactly what that was. And they definitely wouldn't have been Charlotte.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Yeah. There are also rumors of Nia Jax returning to WWE, so right on time, for Kairi. They could restart that up, Who knows?
I heard something about that, but like there's always the threat of that happening from people. Just like it's like, oh, the threat of Bray Wyatt showing back on television. It's like you don't like. Were those actually real talks, or is that real buzz, or is it just like people being like, "Hey, it's the perfect time to bring some bullshit out here for WWE"? So who knows?
So yeah, man. Let's move over to AEW Dynamite 200 before we're gonna close the show tonight with the SummerSlam review.